Today we'll be predicting Ohio State Buckeyes schedule in under 10 minutes. Let's go. Week 1, Ohio State is hosting Texas. Texas is coming to town. They're coming to the shoe. This is going to be a very interesting game, and I think the Buckeyes will win this game just because of talent from Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, and from just our offense in general. I think our offense is better than the Texas offense, and I think the Texas defense might be a little better than ours. So, with that being said, I think it's a 34-31 game that comes down to the wire, and the Buckeyes will win and get a very big confidence boost for their redshirt freshman quarterback and their sophomore Jeremiah Smith wide receiver, who's the greatest wide receiver who's ever touched turf in college football. Anyways, week 2, Grambling vs. Ohio State. You can guess that game. Ohio State wins. Week 3, Ohio vs. Ohio State. Ohio Bobcats will be coming to Ohio State. Wow, what a game. This is going to be a blowout. Ohio State will win by like 30. The next game they play in 2 weeks after that game, Ohio State is going to Washington. This is going to be a tougher game, but I still feel like the Buckeyes easily win this game too. And you can argue with this all day about how Washington could be an all right team, but I think Ohio State's a little better. Now, Minnesota vs. Ohio State the next week, Ohio State wins. Next game, Ohio State at Illinois. Okay, Illinois is a great team. They're pretty decent, but they're not the Buckeyes. And Illinois fans will troll me and say they're going to have a great season. I have a friend that's a Illini fan. He's like, oh, they're going to have a good season. And then they ended up having a good season last year. And I just feel like still, though, even when Illini has good seasons like that, the Buckeyes are still a lot better. So I'm predicting the Buckeyes win this game by at least 10 points. Illini will keep it close most of the game, but I feel like the Buckeyes will overcome Illini with just pure talent. Next game, Ohio State at Wisconsin. Wisconsin will be bringing a tough game like they always do. Wisconsin will make us work for this game, but I feel like the Buckeyes still win this game relatively easily, probably by like 14 to 17 points at the end of the game. Penn State at Ohio State. Penn State is looking to get something going against the Buckeyes. James Franklin's, honestly, his career at Penn State might be on the line if they lose again, because Penn State needs to go to that next level. They're like Ohio State's like right here. Penn State is like right here. And it's been that way for the last like 5 or 6 years. Penn State really wants to make that next jump and try to get to a Big Ten championship, which they can do and they have done, but they also want to try to get to that national championship and win it all. Penn State really needs to get that done if they want to keep their coach at James Franklin. Otherwise, I think they move on from James Franklin if they can't get that done. But with me being a Buckeyes fan, having bias, and just looking at purely talent and how it's gone the last 5 to 6 years, I really think the Buckeyes will overcome Penn State once again and beat them in a 3-point fashion game. Next week, they get a little break from having tough talent. Ohio State at Purdue, blowout. Ohio State wins. Next game, UCLA at Ohio State. Welcome to California, kids in Ohio. That's going to be a great game. Not really. I really think it's going to be like a 21-7 game or 28-14 game where the Buckeyes will be absolutely destroying them. And I think it's going to be a relatively close-ish game, but not really close. It's like one of those games where it's like 28-14, but UCLA can't really get anything going. But the Buckeyes have already scored 4 touchdowns in like 6 minutes, and then they're like stalling out now. Yeah, I think it's gonna be one of those games, and then we have our subs in. We'll last like 6 minutes of the fourth quarter. Yeah. So next week, Rutgers at Ohio State. Not close. Last game of the year. Last game of the year. Everybody knows. Ohio State at Michigan. This is the one that I care the most about. If Ryan Day doesn't win this game, Ohio State fans are going to be pissed. It's going to be so bad if we lose to Michigan again. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be I'm going to cry if we lose to Michigan. I cried last year. I thought it was over last year, and then we lose to Michigan again. I literally did cry, actually. I threw my phone, too. Yeah, that's how mad I was. So I don't foresee this happening again. I really don't foresee this happening again. And if it does happen again, oh my gosh. It's going to be a bad last month, or bad whole month of November. Actually, bad whole month of December because it's on the 29th. Like, my whole month of December, my Christmas is screwed if we lose to Michigan. And Jeremiah Smith did say we're not losing to Michigan. So, if anything, I believe Jeremiah Smith because he said his stuff last year and backed it up after in the college football playoffs. So, my prediction for this game is for the fourth year straight, I do not think, or fifth year straight, I do not think the Buckeyes lose to Michigan, especially after the greatest wide receiver of college football said that we're not going to lose. And he said he's not going to lose. So, once again, you can laugh at me all you want. The Buckeyes are going to come into Ann Arbor, and we're going to compete, and we're going to be pissed off. We're going to have a championship ring on our finger, and we're going to punch Michigan right in the mouth and tell them to go back to their den and not win another game against the Buckeyes for another 9 years again.